Okay, we have another guest in studio. Welcome Lauren Leck from the Academy of Our Lady of Peace.
Hi, thanks for having me on today.
Great, great. Well, we're having too much fun here, and I don't think it's going to stop now. So tell us a little bit about the Academy of Our Lady of Peace. What is it that you do for our community?
Well, I've been blessed to be there for just about 2 years at the oldest high school in San Diego and the only all-girls high school still remaining here. And what an incredible gift it gives our community, educating 750 young girls in grades
awesome.
9 through 12.
9 through 12, 750. That's a good-sized school, especially all girls.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you
keep me
guys?
busy.
Yeah, where are you guys in San Diego?
We're right down at the 805 interchange up on the hill. And when the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet back in about 1925 purchased that property and moved from downtown over there, it's called Villa Montemar. And it's on a hill overlooking all the way to the ocean.
Oh,
So it's
that's
a pretty
awesome.
spectacular site. It's a hard place to go to work
It
every
is.
day.
I know, right?
It is. It is. So.
Well, what did you do before you came to the school?
So before coming back down to San Diego, I was up in Northern California, just north of the Silicon Valley, at a co-ed Catholic high school up there, Monroe Catholic High School, and it was actually my alma mater.
Oh,
so it was a
okay.
wonderful place. About a third of the teachers were my teachers, so you can just imagine the dynamics happening there.
Oh, yeah.
And but you know, my husband got a great opportunity to come back down to San Diego and open up the Green Dragon Tavern and Museum up in Carlsbad.
Wow.
And so after a year of commuting with a 3-month-old and a 3-year-old and being principal, that wasn't working.
Yeah.
When you look at partnership, that was
Right.
not a sustainable model.
Exactly.
No.
So.
Well, one of the things we talked about before we got on air is how your school's involved in the either STEAM or STEM movement, correct?
Yeah.
So I know of STEAM from Victor Cicerelli's been on with STEAM Maker. That's Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math.
Yeah.
And he did a wonderful job. Tell us how your school's involved in that.
Well, coming from Northern California, certainly north of the Silicon Valley, engineering and giving students opportunities to really get hands-on with this in high school was just so powerful. What we know from research and everything coming out is that if students don't always experience it themselves, they're not as apt to pursue it. And when you look at the statistics of girls in these professions, there still exists that gap. And so as I came down here, we're in the 3rd largest biotech hub in San Diego of the world. This is a great place where we can really give our girls these hands-on experiences.
That's great.
Why do you think historically there hasn't been? Tell me why you think there's been a gap.
Well, I think that for many of our girls, there is such a need to do it right. And as soon as they begin to face challenges, many of them kind of shy away from that and tend to go towards subjects that maybe they're more familiar with or they have greater confidence in. But I love to tell the story of this amazing young girl. She's a senior now. And as we began to launch our robotics club last year, she we discovered that we needed to have a computer programmer to program Carol the robot as they headed off into their competitions. And so Elizabeth spent the summer figuring out how to be a computer programmer, taught herself, came on as the lead programmer, and as a rookie all-girls team, they went to the championships last year for FIRST Robotics, won 2 awards. And then over the summer did a computer science internship at UCSD. And now as a senior, she's looking to pursue that and go into computer science. So to me, there's no greater story. When you give them opportunities, when they get to see themselves, they're going to pursue it. And that's really the genius behind what we've started this year with the Women's Symposium in the end of March. And it's this idea of bringing together the top women leaders across all of these different professions to talk to our girls today about their journey, how they made it. I mean, you can't escape Sheryl Sandberg and lean
I was going to ask you about her. Yes.
And so to me, it's about how can I create those opportunities for these amazing young girls who are such tremendous leaders heading out into our world. How can they hear the stories of other women, regardless of the fields, and to really learn from them and what they overcame, whether perceived or real challenges, and how they made it in their careers and professions.
That's awesome. You know, there's a couple people that I think we need to team you up with. Number one, if you ever want to have take a field trip out and go down to Maker Place and see how all the stuff is done, you know, Mike Salmon has a great place down there on Marina Boulevard. And the other one, Andrea, you need to bring Miss Cindy Matalucci in to do some video work over there.
Oh, yeah.
So from
she's
the Pulse.
and she's just a top business leader herself. Tell me a little bit more about this symposium on the 27th and who all you're going to have there and how it's going to help the girls, what it's going to mean to them.
So we have 5 different panels because I think it's important. Girls have different passions, whether be the A in STEAM, the arts or engineering, or wondering about these other things. So our 5 panels are business and entrepreneurship, public policy, STEM, of course, creative industry, and innovation and education.
Can I come?
Yes, we have some VIP tickets available.
Do you really? Okay.
We do.
Okay.
And one of the women who is serving as our keynote, just an incredible individual, Tracy Chow. She's one of the engineers in development up at Pinterest. And she has really done an incredible job of bringing awareness up in the Silicon Valley to the gap between girls and minorities. And she was just featured actually in December Vogue magazine for what she's doing and bringing awareness. So she's going to be kicking us off.
Fantastic.
And then one of our own amazing local women, Dr. Patricia Marquez, she's the Dean of the Kroc School of Peace and Justice here at USD. And what a woman to talk about passion. She was one of the panelists at the San Diego Magazine Women of the Year. Mm-hmm. And she talks about you have to live your passion, no matter what you do. And so to kind of keynote on either side, those speakers, I think will be a special day for our young women.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
That's fabulous. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KCBQ, streaming live at AM1170theanswer.com. Give us a tweet at CloseUpSD. Email me at Barry@CloseUpSanDiego.com or find our page on Facebook. We want to hear from you. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with the always lovely and talented Andrea Kay and the incredible Urban Miaris, and we have another incredible guest, Miss Lauren Leck from the Academy of Our Lady of Peace. There's one thing that you brought up before the show that I wanna tap into, which I think is amazing, and that is your level of scholarships and your level of college participation from your students. Tell us a little bit about that. You're almost 100% of your girls graduate and go on to college.
Consistently, yes.
That's fabulous.
It is. These are just really incredible young women. As I tell the story out in the community, I'm the one who's lucky to get to spend every day with these 750 young women. And so 100% consistently are heading on to college, but even more remarkable, they are being sought after nationally and internationally for top merit-based scholarships. Last year, our graduating class of about 169 girls garnered over $17.8 million in scholarships that went to over 67% of the class.
Incredible.
And this isn't need-based. These are girls being sought after for those academic merit-based positions in colleges.
It's like they're being recruited.
They are, very much
What's the
so.
secret to this? Because we've got quite a few actual private schools here in San Diego, but they don't have near that kind of placement in college, as well as that success in scholarship. What's your secret?
Yeah, I think when you talk to the graduates, you hear it and you feel it. These are young women who have a voice. They are leaders in their own right. Not only tremendous academic scholars, but women of heart. These are women with that moral compass that we know in today's world is so quintessential for our young people to grow up having. They're committed to service, committed to giving back. Now all of a sudden you put that package together and you're sitting in a collegiate classroom, and these are the girls raising their hands. These are the girls that are leaders on any university campus. They are the pioneers. They are the ones reaching out. That's what we want for our young women.
Is there a pattern on the types or names of colleges, universities, or academies that the girls graduate to or go to?
You take your pick.
Oh, okay. It's quite spread. I was looking at. Have you had any going to the military academies?
Yes, we have. Actually, one of our young girls is getting ready to graduate from Cal Maritime Academy up in the north of California. Of course, we have girls attending all of the Ivy Leagues back on the East Coast, all of the UCs. So often with our young women today, the real pull becomes the dollars that they're getting. So if they're getting full rides at some of these universities across our nation, gosh, that's hard to pass up. Mm-hmm. And they're certainly being, as you said, heavily recruited.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping my old alma mater LSU is getting some sense and recruiting some of those girls.
So before we run out of time, tell our listeners how they find out more about your school.
Well, I would definitely encourage them to visit our website. We have a great presence online, tells wonderful stories, and really gets a sense of what the heart is day in and day out on that campus. And for these young women to get to give them the gift of learning amongst women is such a privilege for those 4 short years.
Great.
So,
what is the website?
www.aolp.org, Academy of Our Lady of Peace.
Great. Well, I'm going to wrap up the interview, but I'm going to make an offer to you before we do. If you have any young ladies over there that are interested in journalism or broadcasting, bring them on. We'll put them on as a guest host.
Oh, dear Barry, you know what this means.
That's right.
You're going to have a flood.
Love it.
That would be
Great.
so fun.
That would be.
Yay. Great idea.
And they're going to wow you.
I bet.
They're pretty spectacular young women.
I have no doubt. So, great. Lauren, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks so much.
Great. This is Close Up on San Diego Business here on KCBQ, streaming live at am1170theanswer.com. Send us a tweet at CloseUpSD or just find our page on Facebook. You can always email me at barry@closeupsandiego.com. Let me know what you think. I'm your host, Barry Waxler. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.